Hey, welcome back to We Be Kids again. We've got the first snow of winter today, and there is nothing more exciting than getting out early in the morning and heading out onto a snowy adventure. It's also perfect timing as well, because this week I'm going to bring you a story about a tree. And this story is called The Spruce and the Star, and it is a Christmas tale for our times. Now, in this story, the snow had just begun to fall. In the town, people were decorating the streets and their houses with lights of green and gold and red. There was a sense of excitement buzzing around the streets. But just above the town, up on a distant hill, there was a big spruce forest. And there was excitement in the spruce forest too. The trees were chattering, knocked together by the blowing wind, chattering with excitement, for they had heard that soon they could join the festivities down in the town too. In the middle of autumn, the little robin redbreast had flown up above the spruce trees and told them of the festivities to come. The trees were bored of their lives up on the hill. Each day the same soil, each day the same distant view. They'd become bored of the cold wind and the sounds of the bird song. They wanted something else. They wanted more. And they knew that if they could go down into the town, all would be well. But there was another tree in the forest who didn't agree with its friends, the spruce trees. It said, "I don't want to go into the town. I am happy here up on the hill. I am content with this beautiful view. The earth nourishes my roots. The sky is never boring. The changing clouds that come across offer new lights and new patterns. The birds' songs fill my needles with joy, and the changing winds through the seasons keeps my mind fresh. I don't want to go into the town with the people." But the other spruce trees shook their branches. "Don't be ungrateful. Stop complaining," they said. "There is a great opportunity that lies ahead, and we should grasp it with all of our branches." And the next day, it began. From the town, many people started to come up the hill, dragging behind them big, heavy axes with wooden handles and big steel sharp heads. And as the sun rose and light filled the forest, the first whack was heard. And with each whack, a spruce tree fell to the ground and was dragged down into the town. And this went on and on throughout the day. Whack, 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 whack. And as the sun moved across the sky, the forest became thinner and thinner, until the sun was just about to set on the horizon. And there was one tree left. And that was the spruce tree. The spruce tree that had been content with its place. A big burly man brought his axe up. He stood at the base of the spruce tree. He held the handle of the axe, and as he lifted it and pulled it back with all of his might, the big heavy steel head of the axe flew off into the distance and landed in the long grass. Drat and bother, thought the man. He was tired. He had been cutting down trees all day, and surely they had had enough. The light was disappearing. He didn't want to go hunting in the grass for the head of his axe, so instead he threw his axe handle over his shoulder and he disappeared down the hill, leaving the final spruce tree stood proud in its place. And as the sun finally dropped and disappeared and the moon began to rise, the spruce stood there. And as the moonlight shone down on the hill, all the spruce tree could see were a scattering hundreds and hundreds of stumps. And the spruce began to feel sad and lonely. And the sky felt the sadness of the spruce tree and called out, "Spruce tree, why are you so sad? Why are you so lonely?" And the spruce said, "I was content and happy here, but now all the trees are gone. I feel alone." And the sky said to the tree, "There is no need to feel alone. Your roots are nourished by the soil. Your branches are blown by the wind, and the wind is your friend. Your needles are lit up by the moon, and the moon is your friend. Do you not see, spruce tree, that you are connected to all of nature? And once you understand that you are connected to all of nature, there is no need to feel alone." And with that, the spruce felt a little bit better. But the spruce then said to the sky, "Well, maybe I'm a little bit jealous too. You know, all those trees now will be being dressed with lights and beautiful baubles." And the sky didn't say anything, but called on the wind. And the wind whipped up into the sky, and it flew around as fast as it could until it dislodged a big, bright, beautiful star. And the wind gently brought the star down and placed it on the top of the spruce tree. And the sky said to the spruce tree, "This special bright light, this star, is for you, so that you have your own bright light. And so it also reminds you that you are always connected to the universe too." So I hope you enjoyed that story. It was actually inspired by this forest that I love to come to. And this week we were putting up our Christmas tree and we were placing the star on the top. And I was inspired to write that story, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So if you ever wonder now why we put stars on top of Christmas trees, now you know. It's to remind us that everything from the earth to the sky and beyond is connected. Hope you enjoyed that story. Hope you enjoy a lovely winter's day, and we'll see you again soon at We Be Kids. Bye.